here.
Sure you do.
It's fine. Go.
I have a conference too.
No, I'm. Is he okay here?
Yes.
No. Do not say anything. I'll be like that. He totally can.
Honestly, yes. We're babysitters anyway, so yeah. Yeah. That's true.
God's honest truth for some of these kids.
I gotta go talk to
You
her.
especially.
Yes. It's all over on Thursday. I'm hoping.
Oh, it's fine. All right.
Hello, Miss Kelly.
Hello. Thank you guys for attending PD session on Destiny, which a lot of you might know is our library management system that we use here for cataloging stuff. But hopefully I teach you today something that you don't know about Destiny in case you want to learn something new, how to use it in your classroom. Because I'm finding that a lot of our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders don't know that you can use Destiny and that they actually have accounts in Destiny to access their stuff, so they can see what books they have checked out, what resources they have checked out. Every kid automatically has an account made. It's just their same username and password. I'm going to show you what they can see on their end. And then they can't be like, I lost my library book, because that's what happens a lot of times. So, yes.
Is there laptop code and charger code?
And charger code is in there, yeah. And we're actually going to talk about that too.
Questions are
we'll get
later.
there. Questions anytime. So, I think that you guys have Destiny on your computers where you can open on the desktop, so it'll look like this. And what's cool about this is you actually have access to all the other schools too. So if you ever need something that we don't have and you think that, I mean, you can ask me, I'll find it. I can show you how to search for it to other schools and then we can get it transferred in because they're really good about borrowing stuff also. So that's one resource you might have if you want to borrow like a set of books or something. So anyway, you probably have used it before. No. I didn't plug it in. That's probably why. All right. Anyway, so if you've used it before, you kind of know how it works with Destiny. You can just click on Carolina Forest and it'll bring you up to our whole catalog. Now, I'm working on getting teachers' logins because I think it'll be beneficial for you guys to be able to log in and see what you have checked out, because a lot of you have a lot of stuff checked out from like 2012 and you might not have that stuff anymore. So yeah, is that you? So my goal by the end of the year is to completely fix the inventory. So like if you have 20 books checked out that you don't have anymore, or classroom stuff that's been thrown away and it's old, then we're gonna do that. Yes?
Do you need a fifth? Or I've got to go to a doctor's
I'm good.
appointment, but I mean, you good?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right, I want to check, make sure.
I appreciate it.
All right, I'll see you.
So basically, I'm working with Ross to get you guys accounts right now, so you can see it. You'll have accounts that are similar to students, so you'll just be able to see your stuff that you have, because it's either student or administrator where you can actually check out stuff. So I have to give you student. Sorry. But anyway, catalog is where you can search for stuff. Now, most people stop here and use this to search for, which is fine. It works really easy. The one thing about Destiny that I'll warn you about now is that if you misspell something, it's not going to pull up what you want. It's really nitpicky. It's not like Google, it won't mean, don't you mean this? It literally won't. Like if you put dogs in DGOS and you make a typo, it's going to say no results found. It acts like it doesn't know. So like I tell kids if they have to look up how to spell something, try Google first and have it fix it for them, because if not, it's not going to pull anything up. That happened to a bunch of kids today when we were practicing. But this is an easy way to do it. But honestly, what I tell kids to do is to use Destiny Quest, which is your option if you want to use it or not. This is a lot more visual than Destiny, the regular catalog, and it's a lot more easy to work with. It gives you a ton more options when you search rather than just in the catalog alone. So if you want to search a book at the top, like let's say you want to search a book about nature, and automatically it pulls it up. It's going to show you all the covers, which is better than the other catalog. Sometimes it doesn't. It's going to show you all the call numbers, and it's going to show you what's in or out. Like visually, you don't have to like read all the information to get the stuff from there. So like red is out, obviously, in is green. And I always tell the kids, it says lost. Don't count on it coming back. Like it's probably gone forever. Just so you know. So kids will be like, oh, I want this book. I'm like, it's not going to come home. So like, just move along, pick something else. So. But it's really good, I think, for teachers, and they don't really use this a lot, is to narrow it down this way, because you can narrow down by reading level. I know most of us use Montessori now. You can literally pick what you want. I keep forgetting it doesn't work. You can pick what you want and like scroll it from either side, and then you'll be able to pick what book kind of fits your reading level. So that you can do it that way, and it'll narrow down your search. Like there's 9 titles in total, and if you want that level and hit apply, it'll bring you up only stuff on that level. You can also do it by page number, which is pretty cool. And if you want to X out of whatever search thing you have, that's easy to do too. Newer books, because a lot of teachers want newer stuff. stuff, anything like that will kind of get you where you need to go for that. Also, top 10 books, if you really want to know what your kids are reading, it'll show you the top 10 most checked out books this week, and they're always checked out, and it's always Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dogman. So that's, and Baby Mouse, and then we threw some teacher books in there also. And lately it's been the Greek gods. I don't know, that's like a new thing. Also, it shows new arrival books, so anytime we get any new books and they're added to our catalog, it shows the most 15 recent books we added in. So if your kids are ever looking for something that like said that ordered and it's coming in, they can see it on this page too. But let's go back real quick. So that's Quest. I just like to look at that a little bit better. There's also Destiny Discover, which is similar, but so Destiny Discover is also visual. If you're looking for categories, it works out really well. So if you're looking for fantasy books, scary stories, it'll literally pull up the entire list. Let's say picture books. And then you can search within picture books. So if you're looking for a category, you can search within that, and then it'll tell you.
Ms. Hayden, please dial
It'll tell you
726.
what
Ms. Hayden,
the
please
book
dial
is, the
726.
call number. It literally gives you an entire description of the book, where you can find it in the library, all of its reading level and access stuff, and if it's in or out, and then grade level appropriateness as well. So, hold on, oh, whoops. There's this thing called Lightbox that we don't utilize a lot, but it exists, and are you familiar with that? Any of you with Lightbox? So basically, we don't have a ton of digital resources here, but Lightbox are digital resources. So let's say you're learning about levers or something. I don't think that's really 4th grade levers, no?
No, she bought the Native Americans, they were purchased, and the was it
Or like the Cherokee and stuff? Yeah. So if you just take a look at them, you have to be logged in to use it, so your kids can actually log in and look at them on your computer. I'll show you in a second. It basically is like an interactive resource. Some of them have videos, audio. It's like a book. It's like an ebook, like but vamped up to have other stuff in it as well. So Followed account is going to be the kid's username and password. Same thing as always. I'm going to use this kid in 5th grade as an example, just to get us logged in here. So basically, if you're a kid and you can open this up, we have unlimited access to these, so it's not like only 10 kids can look at a time. It'll show you the Lightbox, which is, some of them are fancier than others. You can have them read it, you can have them take a quiz on it. It has like key vocabulary words. You can zoom in on pages. It's kind of like a lot of them are kind of like Time for Kids magazines, if you know like what those are. It's really similar. It'll tell you the reading level of them, so you can kind of assign them to your kids and appropriate. The kid can highlight in them. They can look up stuff if they don't know what it means. So it's kind of just a good resource if you're looking for a very specific topic. We don't have a ton of these, but we have enough on a couple different topics there. So if you're interested in Lightbox, that's kind of how you access it, and your kids can look at it for free online if they have, if you're looking for them something to read or something to do, like in spare downtime, and they don't have a physical book, like that might be a good idea for that. And they also have indexes and stuff, so you can look there. We have like 5 or less ebooks, so same thing. They have unlimited licenses, so you can open them and look at them at the same time all you can.
Ms. Luther, if you could please dial 100. Ms. Luther, please dial 100.
Same thing for these. They're considered interactive ebooks, and they will move around. There's video, audio, all that good stuff in here. But I'm going to take you back to the home page here. Maybe.
It's Miss Boyce. Miss Luther is at,
So if you wanted to have your kid log in, it'll look like this. I recommend you log them in when they're in Quest. It's just going to be the easiest way to do it. And if you log in, hold on, I logged myself out. So basically now, if you want to search for something, like let's say he wants to search for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, because everyone does. So he finds this one because it's in and that's what he wants to get. He can literally look, number one, at the shelf it's on. So let's say he's struggling to find what he wants to find. he can look at the shelf it's on, he can find all the books that are next to it, which is helpful, especially if the kids are looking for books, because it'll show you what's around it. Obviously, so many Diver Movie kids are around this one. But on nonfiction, that's a lot more helpful because it shows you the books that are surrounding the topic in case you don't find the exact one you want. But it also will show you stuff you may also like in order for if you want to get another book that's kind of similar in that regard. Some of the books even have reviews. Your kids can actually write reviews on the books in Destiny. So he could go in here and write a review on his book. He could actually send an email to one of his friends and recommend the book. I'm not a big fan of that feature because you gotta like control it. So it's turned off for Carolina Forest, so you don't have to worry about that. But it is a feature that Destiny offers in case you ever really wanted that to be a thing. If you hit my info at the top, or if your kid hits it, it's going to show you what they have checked out. It'll even show you the picture of the book that they have checked out. So he has 3 books checked out, so he has a book buddy, that's why. He has a book buddy. But it shows you the picture, so if you're a teacher and you're really looking for books, you're going to know what to look for at least, instead of just looking for a title, which is helpful. Hold is also a feature that Destiny offers that we don't have here, well, we don't do here essentially, because then I'd be running around all day pulling books instead of teaching kids. So, but kids can place holds for books in here. It's helpful to them if it basically adds it to their list, so then they know what they can find. But hopefully your students know that when they come in, I will not have a shelf full of held books for them, even though that would be ideal one day. And it'll show you if they wrote any recommendations, which they can't. Out. I'm going to take us back one more time to the regular Destiny, and this is where if they log in on the home screen, the regular Destiny screen, and they hit My Info, because it'll offer My Info and a catalog now. Basically, this is what they're going to see in Destiny. So this is his 3 books. Those are the call numbers and the price of the book. So if your kid loses a book, you could be like, well, that's going to be $20, and then they're probably going to find the book because they don't want to pay $20. But also, this is where you're going to be able to see laptops and laptop like charger numbers. So basically, this is the full thing for your laptop code, like your service tag. But this is not going to be your full number on the barcode for your charger. It like shortens it when it's in there just because it doesn't want to show you the full 16 characters. However, none of their beginnings are the same either. They're all very unique. So even if you just read up to that point, it's going to be that charger, 100%. It's not like the last 4 are different. Everything is like a jumble. It's not like there's a generic code for that. It's pretty much like that. This will be helpful because in the next month or so, the county office is asking us to inventory our chargers for school already because they want to know what kind of hit we're going to have to take next year for chargers. So in the next month, I'm going to be asking all homeroom teachers if they could ask their kids to bring in chargers and literally just check them off the list. Like just be like, yes, you have your charger and yes, it works, or yes, you have your charger and it's damaged, or no, you completely don't have a charger. That case, that way we know, number 1, we can collect fines from students who don't have chargers. Number 2, we can get damaged chargers repaired completely because Dell will pay for them to be repaired. And number 3, if they have it, then we're good to go. But that way, us as a school knows that we are going to be able to have to pay for X amount of chargers if we're not recouping that money. This year is our 4th year with Dell, so they're taking all the laptops back this year, and we're getting new ones. They're, well, I don't know, new is a relative term, so like new to you, not like a, yeah. So basically, over the summer, we're shipping them back all of our one-to-ones. They're taking everything, and they're taking all the chargers, and then they're going to send us back the equivalent amount of what we sent them. So if we send them 500 computers and 480 chargers, they're sending us back 500 computers and 480 chargers, and we're going to be in the same boat again that we were in the beginning here. So basically, that's why we're trying to inventory chargers early on. So just
It's so much easier.
right. And now, if you know you can see this, and all the kids have an account, they don't have to set it up, they don't have to do anything except go to Destiny.
Do they have it as a bookmark?
So on their desktop, there's like a Google Chrome that says Destiny on it. Yeah. So they immediately it'll open up to the screen that has all the schools on it, and every class now has gone through a lesson on how to use Destiny. So they're still like kind of rocky with it, but they're getting better. And I encourage them to use it in classrooms. Like if they're looking for something and they come down here, like I encourage them to use it before they come if that's possible, because then they know, yeah. And then that way you can figure out what they're reading, or if I don't have a book, you can be like, yes you do. And honestly, you can log in too, because you have their login information, or if you need it, I can send that to you, so you can log in and see what they have and what they don't have checked out. But other than that, Destiny is just useful for teachers also, because a lot of times teachers will be like, hey, do you have a lot of books on Native Americans? And I'm like, yes, but I don't know what you want. I don't know if you want a picture book, a chapter book, a fiction book. It's just a lot of stuff that is kind of your selection. So it's really simple to type in here. This is the one part I didn't show you. So let's say you're looking for a book on dogs, just because I like dogs. So it's literally going to pull up 477 books, and you're probably not going to want that. The reason why I'm not big on this searching type right here is because it doesn't give you an option to narrow down your results on this page. So if you use Destiny Quest, you can change all those things. You can put in your publication reading level. On this page, it's just giving you what I see on my end, the basic stuff. So let's say you wanted to read this book about police dogs. Even when you click on it, it's still not giving you a ton of information. It's just telling you there's no kind of information about the book. You just get the call number, this, you find out if it's available. The only good thing about seeing this page is two things. There's one, this explore section gives you all the universal library tags for this book. So this is like, you could go to the Library of Congress and still look for these tags, and the same book would come up. So these are the universal tags associated with the book. So in case you really needed to find books at a different library, that would be kind of the best case here. And if you click on it, it'll pull up other ones. It'll pull up the author. It'll pull up any series about animals with jobs. And also, if you go up to the top right corner where it says copies, it'll tell you how many copies that we have available at our school. And if another school has this same book, it'll list how many they have as well. So you can kind of see like, oh, okay, Heritage has 20 of these books, and if you wanted to get it, if you wanted to borrow it as a class set. And we do that a lot. We are always sending stuff in the courier through the library. So just because we don't have it doesn't mean we can't borrow it. Yeah, pretty much probably at least once a week I get a message either borrowing or I'm asking for something. So the other media coordinators are really good about at least borrowing for time being as long as you send it back. So if you ever need something, just let me know and I can get in contact with whoever has a lot of them, and it's not too bad to get it. Even if each school has two, like that'll get you probably 10 or 12 or 14, depending on which schools have what. And as always, there's also space for the review section here. And this is where the kid would type in hold it if they wanted to add it to their little list. And it literally will pop up on my side as a hold request being placed. That's saying this because he has so many books out already. But if he had one book out, it would let the hold go through and add it to his list. Like I said, I'm not pulling the hold, but if they want to put it on their list so they know what to do, that kind of works out in their regard as well. But that's pretty much the basics of Destiny. Are there any questions? Any questions on how to use it? I think that this is beneficial not just for older kids too, but for also younger grades, because if a teacher is looking for a book for something and or a kid wants a book, the teacher can pull this up in the classroom without even logging anyone in. And kids K through 5 have logins, like all the kids have logins. But a teacher can pull it up and see what the kid has checked out, especially for younger grades and they might not know. But also that they can look and say, okay, the library has 10 books about Jody B. Jones right now, like you can go get one, and it kind of just directs the kids more. The only thing that I think is to work on in the library essentially is having kids know where to go to get books, because that's still a struggle, and I've done it a couple times now, but it's still like, it needs reinforcement. It's just, they know nonfiction and fiction, but like putting it to, if the number isn't on the tag up here, the number doesn't exist between these two. If it's not 577 or 595, it's not here. But it is, the range is the struggle. But other than that, I think we're making progress with Destiny.
Could you take me back to the student where you logged in, and then I wanted to watch how you got to the page with their laptop charger
Yes.
number.
All right. So this
is.
is, okay, here, I'll start all the way from the beginning and log myself out.
I apologize.
No,
I
it's
just want
okay.
to be
So
clear when I do it tomorrow.
When they pull up Destiny, it's going to have all the schools. You hit Carolina Forest, and it's going to look just like this.
Got you.
You hit login over here. So then you type in whoever you're going to log into. 786. This poor kid, I'm using his account. ROC.
I think I memorized that number.
So once you hit that in, poor Josiah, you hit my info, and that'll show you everything they have checked out. So that includes chargers, and also it'll show fines. So if they lost a book and they were charged a fine, it'll show that on here. So because if they lost a book and charged a fine, it looks like their checkouts are clear essentially, but it'll be in this section here for fines. So if you have kids that owe money, some kids owe money when they transfer schools. If they stay in Onslow County, the money follows you. It just is like red because it's from different school. So that'll pop up still also.
Or do you know if there's any plans in place for fines at the end of the year?
So right now, my goal is to spring clean out fines. I'm in the process of exporting all the data from Destiny to send home letters, because sending home those little strips of overdue notices is like not doing anything. I'm gonna send home a fine saying, hey, here's your fine. You're not gonna be able to check out anymore unless this kind of gets recouped. And then I don't want it to be a June 15th type situation where the kids aren't paying fines, and then we're losing books as a library, we're losing money, and it's just gonna be a nightmare of why didn't you tell me this sooner? So at this point, me and Tabby have been working on trying to export the thing, and then Miss G's gonna help with the letters, and we're gonna get it all out, hopefully by next week, as long as we can export everything out. Just so it's one.
A lot of information.
That's the thing, it's a lot of kids have a lot of fines, yeah, so, and I don't want kids to keep checking out and
I think
eventually.
it's probably because you don't get something like that with, the attendance records, it's a whole page.
Right.
The lunch
And
accounts,
it's just frustrating because Destiny will, as far as I know, I'm still learning, but it only prints out those little slips. I can't print out a letter for each kid individually. So now what we're trying to do is just export it so we can like mail merge it into a letter and then send that home, because then it's a full-size letter saying you owe this much money, here's how to pay, rather than a strip of paper this big not explaining anything. So that's kind of the goal now, and that's also the goal with chargers. So hopefully we get everyone on board with doing that, and I feel bad that it's being put on teachers to do it, but it might be the most efficient way to do it, honestly, in your classroom, than having kids come down here and have to check them off and all that stuff. It just needs to be checked off that they're
But
physically
this
there.
has streamlined it to where it's something that's easy for us to do.
Yep.
I didn't know this existed.
Yep, all the kids have, and a lot of the kids don't even know they have accounts, and I'm trying to tell them that, but they'll be like, oh, I don't know what books I have checked out, and I'm like, here you go, all you have to do is log in, and it doesn't take anything to log in and hit my info, and that's all it does.
Love
So,
that. This is excellent.
any other questions, ladies? Thank you, for coming to my professional development. I hope that you feel professionally developed on
Professionally
Destiny.
developed is
You
not
did
going to-
amazing.
Thank you so
That
much.
was really good information.
That was
See?
cool.
Great.
Legitimately did not know it existed.
I'm so glad that you all were here, all of you.